You spoke a little bit about that feeling of chaos in your family and what it was like growing up, and that this was all just normal.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I have a memory coming up that just for a little bit of baseline foundational history, I grew up with divorced parents. My mom lived separate from my dad, and I grew up actually believing one man to be my dad, and then found out when I was 13 that he was not my biological father.
Wow.
However, when I speak of my dad, I still speak of Mike, who's the man who raised me and who I consider to be my father in many ways. And unfortunately, when I was young, I think I was 6, he fell off of a building and broke both of his arms. He owned his own construction business
Mhm.
and was prescribed opioids. And then both of his parents died. Both my grandma and my grandpa died within the months that followed that accident. And so
Mhm.
this opioid addiction, due to the fall mixed with the immense grief of losing both of your parents in a matter of 3
Mhm.
months, mixed with the Midwestern culture of men not being allowed to honor or express their grief and experiences. And I know that's not just isolated to the Midwest, but definitely where I'm from, it's really strong here. All of that was sort of the perfect cocktail for a heroin use disorder.
Mhm.
And so
Mhm.
much of my childhood was him heavily addicted to and dependent on heroin
Mhm.
as a balm for pain and a survival mechanism, really. And so I grew up with a mom who was very loving, but also had kids really young, and so
Mhm.
was a little bit vacant,
Right.
and then a dad who was deeply hurting and numbing and masking through substance, and due to that, a lot of violence was also present with him.